Well, Zola, you deserve the very best this festive season, but it's now time for our How to Shine with MAQ, the kitchen cleanup time. And weekends, you know, it's great for a breakfast fry-up. I'm talking about scrambled eggs and bacon, but the thing that's never fun is washing up the pans and that bacon grease and egg residue. And I mean, those foods make cleaning up a big struggle, and we're here to help you lighten the load with MAQ.
Yeah, and in my house, you cook it, you clean it, baby. So let's get with bacon first. Crispy bacon is my favorite, but it creates a big, fatty mess. What do you do with all that grease in your pan? Well, if you aren't going to save it to cook with it a little bit later, you have two options. First, pour it into a can or a jar and throw it out later, or let it cool completely in the pan, then scrape out that solid fat into the bin. Never put bacon grease down the drain, ever. It will solidify in that drain and it can cause massive problems. It's going to harden up and it's going to clog your drain. This is actually I've experienced this firsthand. It's nasty. Okay, and then remember, bacon grease tends to also splatter all over the stove and counter. So to clean that up, let it cool, and then use a damp sponge, a few drops of MAQ, and then just wipe it all up. MAQ has a very high foam formula with active lemon that works as a great degreaser. And to clean up your pan, then add MAQ to hot water. Pop your pan into a foamy sink, let it soak for just a few minutes. That's all you're going to need. Then wash and rinse off. Everyone loves eggs as well. How do you clean an eggy pan?
Well, you know what? There are various ways to do your eggs. You can scramble it, fry it, poach it, boil. But egg residue is probably another nasty thing to clean. Its residue is, you know, it's hot water, scrubbing, and even lengthy soaking. But a fact is that eggs are unique due to its high concentrate of both protein and fat. And washing egg residue off is tough because the combination of fats and proteins, it really is insoluble and impenetrable by water. But don't worry, a detergent like MAQ can really penetrate and break down the protein lipid mix. And now for your egg pot. If you don't have the luxury of owning high quality non-stick cookware, then try this. You pour enough water into the dish to cover the burnt egg. You add a little bit of MAQ. You turn on the stove on high and you place the pot back on the egg, well, at least back onto the stove, and bring it back to boil. And when the water is boiling, turn the stove down and allow it to simmer for about 10 minutes. And then
just cook that dirt away. I love that.
Yeah, you cook it away, and before you know it, you can just put a wooden spoon over it at the top of the pan, and boom, you should be left with it, you know, at least being clean again.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And then you want to make sure that you scrape the bottom of that pan with a spatula. That's not going to scratch the pan to remove that final film of egg that's left. Finally, remove the pan from the stove, pour out the hot water, soap and egg residue that you have removed, and then soak the dish in a foamy sink and wash with a sponge. Then rinse and air dry. It's as easy as that. So that's your breakfast cleanup done and dusted. Now, the good news is, to help you on your way, we're giving away a fabulous MAQ hamper every week. To stand a chance of winning, you've got to SMS the keyword MAQ to 33728. SMS is going to cost you just $1.50, which is nothing really. No free SMSs, sadly. And all the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. This week's giveaway ends at midnight this coming Friday, so start entering.
For every dish, for every occasion, MAQ makes it easy for you to shine.